Warren Johnston, a native of Winters, came to Davis in 1963 and served as chair of the Department of Agricultural Economics from 1981 to 1987.
Did you think about going home to the farm?
Well, I had a bunch of professors that kind of beating on me to go to graduate school, and despite my protestations, they didn't believe that didn't really want to do that. So I went ahead and applied for graduate school. And that turned out to be a saving grace for me, because the economy went south and my best job offer with the undergraduate degree was $400 a month selling fertilizer and chemicals. And my dad and I visited with my uncle about me joining them in the farming partnership, and I recall that was a life-turning moment. You know, you always have these life-turning moments.
Yes, yeah.
I remember sitting in my grandmother's house, and my dad pitched my uncle about me coming farming with him, and my uncle sat there, and I watched the second hand go around this big clock. And I realized I was probably going to go to graduate school.
Yeah.
My uncle said finally, well, if Warren wants to come farming with us, that's okay. And then he had a pause, and then he said, but we'll have to let Pedro go, and he's reliable.
So graduate school it was?
Graduate school it was, and it was North Carolina State where I decided to go to.
Okay, you're now at Davis. How's Davis different in 1963 from 1950 when you first started? Or
when I first started in Davis in 1950, there were 1,200 students. When I came back in '63, we had the L&S College started, and we were up to about double that. We're about 50% more, about slightly less than 2,000 students.
Mm-hmm.
By the time I graduated in '59, and '63, I'm sorry, in '63, and I came back, it doubled again. It was nearly 4,000 students.
Mm-hmm.
So the curve was ascending upwards.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Rather rapidly. Class sizes were still relatively small, but they were increasing as well.
Okay. What were your first teaching assignments, and how do you remember them?
I still run the old students, and they remember them
better than you.
Better than I. But I taught ag statistics and ag policy, and then another water-related thing was that the State Water Project's going to start dumping water in the west side of the San Joaquin in 1968. And the university and USDA soil surveys only covered areas that were in agricultural production. So there was a whole lack of information about the western side of Fresno and Kings and Kern County with respect to the agricultural potential. And the college set up a task force on the west side, and I did a lot of work on that. I was stuck in the corner, so I went to the dean's office and became associate that subject matter area, and also became the acting dean for another department, the Environmental Planning and Management program, which was another learning experience.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And came back to the department in 1981 as chair, served there as chair through '87.
Mm-hmm.
I took over the graduate seminar on California agricultural issues and challenges. It wasn't really a seminar when I took it over. Chet McCorkle was teaching a case studies class on agribusiness, and in conjunction with that, he would take his class and members of the graduate body out to visit farms. And it struck me that our students were not particularly well prepared to ask questions of farmers and people who were active in the business. And so I restructured it as a seminar in which we tried to get students passing knowledge on water resources and environmental issues and co-ops and marketing orders, ag policy, things that to the layperson who are busy in the industry is just the ABCs of their business.
Mm-hmm.
And we shouldn't spend the time on those field trips doing real world one, not for graduate students. And so I developed that, expanded that quite a bit, and that's been a fun activity. Just came back from a field trip this last Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
We do 1,000 to 1,500 miles a year, and probably visit 2 to 3 dozen farms, small and large, organic, conventional, sustainable, processors, financiers, water agencies. If, for one thing, I attempt to show them that if they have any preconceived notions about California agriculture, they're probably wrong.
Yeah.
Because there's so much diversity and variety. The university and society tried to foster some more interaction. That was reasonably successful.
Okay. And you haven't got out of the fire, as I understand it. I understand you and a colleague have recently done something on the future of California agriculture called Wither California Agriculture, which has stirred a bit of a storm. Do you want to tell us a bit about?
Well, among the things I've done in the post-retirement years is this swan song with you, my friend, for the Giannini Foundation on in response to the dismal outlook that many Californians agriculturalists had about the industry in the early 2000s, when all commodity prices seemed low and financial pressures were immense, and some people were saying the sky is falling. There was a need for a more reasoned kind of outlook, an historical perspective of how the California agriculture developed and what the driving forces of that development were, and to what extent those are been truncated or augmented or diminished as we go forward in the first half of this new millennium. And that's been well received.